So which countries are receiving my points for 2021? Roll titles. Afternoon or even everybody, I am Jamie Vision and welcome back to a brand new video where it is the final part 4 of my personal choice of the top 39 songs of this year's Eurovision Song Contest. You've already seen parts 1, 2 and 3 so far, from 39 down to 11, and of course if you want to check them all out, there's little cards over there. But as you can see, I'm a little bit more fresh face, had a haircut, looking a little bit more younger to say the least. I look 10 if I'm honest with you with all of this look, but anyway. So yeah, it is time to find out which 10 countries are going to be fitting into my Eurovision points for the 2021 Eurovision Song Contest. And I'm sure you know the drill by now. For whatever countries go into a top 10 of a particular list, it goes 1 point, 2 points, 3, and so on up to 8, then 10 points, and a top mark of 12 points. Why are you beeping? 12 points to beep. Anyway, never mind about that. But yes, the top country, of course, gets my 12 points, but you'll find out sooner or later, as in, why are you beeping? But of course, you'll soon find out which country gets my 12 points for this year. But again, this is my personal choice, and if you agree with it, or even disagree with it, smash that like button down there. And of course, if you want to see all of my videos, keeping up to date, whatever else I do, especially to all of my reactions of this year's competition, then of course be sure to subscribe to my channel. There's a little card thing over there to click on it, which would be easy for you. I'll clickbait and everything else like that. But anyways, you've seen my disclaimer from part 1. I don't need to repeat myself, hopefully. But yes, please do check out parts 1 and 2 and 3 before you go and see this. And without any further ado, let's get on with my top 10 for Eurovision 2021. So, receiving my 1 point, my 10th best song is Iceland. I mean, I can't not love Davi and Gagnemangid. I think that's how it's pronounced. Please do correct me if I'm wrong. Please let me know what it is in the comments below. But yeah, I do of course like the band very much. Their style is so unique, so out there. But naturally, this song is clearly not as good as Think About Things. 10 Years is decent. And you know what? It deserves to be in my top 10 list regardless, because of their such unique style of bubblegum flavour, bringing it to the masses, and Davi is such a likeable person as well, and the fact that he's dedicated both of his songs, which were scheduled for Eurovision, not only from last year but also for this year, to basically his family. His younger one, we Think About Things, 10 years to his wife. You gotta love it. And unfortunately, there are just certain countries which are not only better this year in terms of the songs. And naturally, Iceland is going to go down on my list because it's just not as good as Think About Things, and I'm sorry about that. But nevertheless, she gets my 1 point. So that is Iceland 1 point, Iceland 1 point. So my 2 points, my 9th best song, goes to the United Kingdom. This is definitely a nice, little, solid, fairly strong bop number, which finally the United Kingdom has put out the stops at the very least. To, you know, sway out in the Eurovision world, and finally a lot of people, it seems, are going to be voting for the UK this year. It's radio friendly, the jurors I think are going to love it. I personally really like it. Every single time I hear it, I'm like, it doesn't annoy me, it don't pee me off or anything like that, it doesn't you know, make me sad or anything like that, it doesn't make me feel disappointed. It's a nice little solid number, and those trumpets, well, I hope they put bloody trumpet, or actual, I say actual trumpeteers, obviously you're not allowed to play instruments, but you get the idea. I hope they actually stick a couple of people playing instruments on there, going, I think it will do well. I hope it does. Please, Europe, please, for goodness sake, give us a chance. We're sorry we stuck in a load of rubbish over the past decade, especially 2015. I mean, Jesus Christ. But this year I think it's going to do half decent. I'm expecting at least mid-table, and I hope we do it. Anyway, the United Kingdom, as far as I'm concerned, it's good, and I think it deserves to be in my top 10. But it's not quite in the top half of my personal board, because there are some half-decent songs out there. But nevertheless, it's United Kingdom 2 points, Le Royaume-Uni 2 points. So, my 8th best song and my 3 points go to Germany. I mean, oh, this is so good. Why on earth is this getting so underrated by everybody? And I know I mentioned in my challenge ages ago, or a couple of days ago, that I think the most underrated song is Georgia. But this is, I think, a very close second. For some reason, it's getting way below the board of everybody else, all the Eurovision fans. Not a lot of people, for some stupid reason, like it, but I love it. It's a great message out there, and the way it's portrayed in a sort of a jaunty little tune, as if to say, you know, I got my middle finger. That's no offence to you or anything like that. I'm just making a point. Yes, look. The only reason why it is a little bit lower on my list, I mean, as much as I love to see it in my top 10, which it deserves to be, the only thing being is that I mean, the mix is, if I'm honest with you, a little bit questionable, but nevertheless, having heard of it way few more times than I probably should have done, I think it deserves to actually do better than what most people say it will do, and I think it will actually. The jurors, I don't think are going to particularly like this one, but I bet you any money it's going to get a surprising amount of good voters from the televoters. And if they get the performance well on the night, especially if in regards to like the violence that comes with the music video, especially with a song like Try Not to Hate People, I think it's going to be really surprisingly catchy, and I hope Germany do well. So Germany with my 3 points, l'Allemagne 3 points. So for my 4 points, they go to Cyprus. Gotta love a bit of El Diablo, as long as I don't go to hell, regardless of its religious connotations, if any. This is a definite nice little cliche pop number, but it's Cyprus have done it in 2018 and 2019, and they've done it again this year. We can forget about 2020, that's coming up. That really did never happen. They've stuck with the same formula. It's a typical sort of pop mistress of an idol, who, a bit of a diva, I suppose, if you think about it, who, as I know, was going to slay this one. She loves the song, she loves to work with it, and you know what? It's just going to do well. That's all I really need to say. And also the good thing about it is, out of the different ones that have the typical sort of pop-esque number out there, this is the only one with effectively like a silent instrumental pre-chorus, which, if I'm honest with you, stands out from the rest. It gives you a bit of intrigue as to what the chorus is going to be, and now BAM! Like that gets you into El Diablo big time. So Cyprus fully deserves my 4 points. La Chypre 4 points. So for my 5 points, it goes to Switzerland. One of the favourites from the outset, and in my opinion, understandably so. Yes, there's a lot of Duncan Lawrence vibes about this one, but this one's got more of a punch to it, especially with the chorus. There's no like just him and the simple piano. Obviously, Duncan had a few other like instruments as well, but this one's got a lot more going on involved, especially in the chorus, and really punches away right at the end of it as well. But it keeps you interested throughout. It's like, I can't speak French, but get the idea. But John's Tears sells it really well. He's going to perform out the park. He's got the lungs for it, especially with the high notes. I think this will do really well for Switzerland once again. It will qualify. I can't see why I shouldn't finish top 5, if I'm perfectly honest with you. But on this occasion, Switzerland gets my 5 points. Les Suisses 5 points. So for my 6 points, they go to Ukraine. Local dialects for the win as far as Ukraine is concerned. I don't expect them to do very well, but I know they're going to get big points from Azerbaijan and Russia, that is for sure. But this one, much like what they did with the 2020 entry they should have represented, this one will blow people's socks off big time. Keeps you intrigued with this local dialect, and it's do 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 do, and then it slowly but surely builds up those beats per minute to a crescendo of. Mind you, every time she does those lines, it just reminds me of supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I don't know why it does that, but whatever, this was my brain. Listen, if it's good enough for Mary Poppins, it's good enough for Ukraine, do you know what I'm saying? But anyways, the ending of it gets me going, and you know what, it fully deserves to be in my top 5, that is for sure. And Ukraine, I think will do well with this one. I say top 10. But for me personally, it is Ukraine 6 points, Ukraine 6 points. For my 7 points, and just missing out on my top 3, it's Norway. Now shut up, Kino fans. Tix is going to do well, okay? And besides, we've already had the national final. Kino didn't get it. And for crying out loud, every time I am seeing, virtually on a weekly basis, people saying, "Oh, it should have been Kino! Kino should have represented Norway this year!" Oh, God, please, just shush! Shush! It didn't happen! Get used to it! But as far as Tix is concerned, his vibes are, I mean, they're wacky as anything. But he takes it super seriously. His life is oh so, like, he's been through so much through the arena, and he likes to think, bless his little heart, that all of his songs are going to resonate with absolutely everybody in the world. And do you know what? I cannot take that away from him, as much as that's kind of impossible to do. And I know I'm going to get some hate from Kino fans in regards to this, that's for sure. But anyway, he's like fantastically wacky, and I love him. The song is cliche as anything, but it works. All of it about it. It just works. Good old Fallen Angels. Oh, bring it home. I hope you do well, Norway, for the sake of everybody, and you should do well. I certainly hope you qualify, and I can't see why you shouldn't. But again, on this occasion, it just misses out on my top 3. But nevertheless, Norway 7 points, La Norvège 7 points. So into my top 3 now. It's getting intense. So for my 8 points, it goes to Italy. What's not to love about this one? A great rock anthem, and obviously, you know, being a slight rock fan myself, I get it. It is so great. Obviously, the connotations of the constant amount of lyrics in the second verse, it does slightly get on my wick a little bit. But you know what? It only got on my wick to begin with, and then later on I really got used to it, and as a result I was like, but otherwise the rock anthem is fantastically well there, and I've seen their live performances of late. They can do it, and besides, it's Italy. Of course they're going to do well. I'm expecting, actually, a top 3 finish. I really am expecting that. But for me, there are 2 songs ever so slightly better on my spectrum. Just the 2. So for now, Italy, as much as you are rocking my world with main skin and not foreskin, you are getting my 8 points. L'Italie, 8 points. So yeah, 2 countries left. Which is it going to be? Well, I can tell you that my 10 points goes to Lithuania. Who doesn't love the route right now? They have slayed it once again, and I am trying my desperate to learn the dance moves off of them. But the only bit I know is this. But yeah, they've simply done it again. I mean, why is this not like high up the chain of the bookies? I simply have no idea. It is, I think, ever so slightly underrated, but obviously, whatever. But what's not to like about it? It's catchy, it's go-y, and the root themselves are madcap as anything, and you've got to love them. You really have got to love them, especially in those kind of cuddly yellow outfits, do you know what I'm saying? But Lithuania, you've been beaten by 1 country on my occasion. So for now, it's Lithuania 10 points, Lithuanie 10 points. And I'm sure you probably guessed by now my favourite entry for this year's competition. So I might as well just go and say my 12 points goes to Finland. Oh, I love this one. I love it as soon as I heard it. It was go-y, it was out of there, and the connotations in terms of its lyrics, they are dark as anything, much like the title itself. I am so joining the dark side with this one. I just fear that it's not getting the love and desire it so cravely deserves, because it's the best rock anthem, indeed the best song I think you've had, certainly ever since they last won it in 2006. There's going to be great choreography, sort of, but there's definitely going to, they're all going to gel well together on stage, all of them. The fireworks are going to be banged on the moment. I'm going to be jumping up and down like anything. This is the song that is I've literally have enjoyed the most, by the way. It's just been amazing. It is just simply amazing. I cannot for the life of me see much wrong with it. And I just enjoy it so much. So yeah, Finland, you got my 12 points. La Finlande, 12 points. So yeah, that is my list. My top 39 is done and dusted with this final part. And you can see the rest of my top 10 there in all of its full glory. But please do let me know what you think down in the comments below. Which country should be in your top 10? And of course, which country should be lower down the list? Please do let me know. And with a click of the finger, I'm just going to get rid of this. There you go. And if you want to see more of my videos, and I will be making more videos come up to the night of Eurovision week itself, then be sure to subscribe to my channel by clicking right down there. If you want to see a little playlist of all of my videos, of all of my reactions even, then click over there for all the reactions. And if you have subscribed, then ring the bell to get notified about my latest videos. And smash that like button as hard as you can. Thank you again so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Toodaloo!